Hello, great soul. We all try to create rules or guidelines to follow that sets a structure to put our mind at ease and make life easier to follow and go through the steps, go through the guidelines. God can dream bigger than we can. So if I just believe that God has created something great for me, then it will happen. Marketing is a numbers game. So if I just talk to this many people, then I'll get the number of clients that I want. A relationship cannot happen until I feel happy in myself. So if I just go be single for a while and do all the personal development and grow and find happiness, then I will find a partner. Maybe, but it doesn't have to be that way. Because not all of these rules apply to all of us in every moment. And think about why you're creating the rule. It's sometimes just to make life easier because it's so unlimited. It's so grand. So let's set a structure. Let's minimize, let's delineate it down, right? Let's create names of diseases and fit everyone into categories. And even when they're treating all these different diseases, there's still so many variables about the uniqueness, right, that doctors might be associating with each person. And every person's route and response to that disease and the treatments doesn't go the same. So it creates a little bit more challenge if you let go of these structures, but just keeping in mind they're not always working. And you can think about those moments, you're like, well, I follow that, I did the rule, why don't I have a partner yet? Why don't I have more clients? Why aren't I getting what I want? Because that's not your path. To follow that rule that sounds so beautiful, it sounds so true. I mean, isn't that great? Like, God made something amazing. All we need to do is believe it. It will happen. Okay, life also isn't necessarily meant for us to get and achieve something. It's also meant for us to live in the process along the way. That's something I elaborate on a little bit more in my upcoming book, Transcendence. What are you going to do? How are you going to find out what that structure is? And we want to say this because it doesn't mean you have to let go and have all this chaos and not know what to do in each moment. I want to give you a new way to find structure, but it does require you in each moment to check in. And it's simply noticing how you feel in every moment about the choices that are laid in front of you. And then choosing the choice that feels the best inside of you. So it doesn't mean that you follow the same steps each time, like, oh, I remember I like this, so I'm just going to do this again. Because maybe in this moment you don't like that. And that can come from meditation, that can come from breathing into your heart, that can come from taking a walk in the woods and letting your mind relax from what you've been hanging on to, and then noticing your feelings. It can come from dancing, and anything that can create freedom of expression. And then you'll get to the stage where you don't even need to do those other things in order to learn to tune in. So everything can happen instantaneously. How do I feel? How do I feel? How do I feel? Play with that and see how that feels to create a new structure based on each moment. We always talk about practicing the presence of this moment. Well, this is one of those ways. How do I feel in this moment? Let my feeling be my guide and see what happens in this amazing life.